2 is our first video of the new semester, and we're going to start talking about composite functions. So I'm going to highlight this thing, composite functions. We did a little bit in last class, so let's talk about the next part. It says, suppose that f of x is 3x squared plus 3x minus 1. Here's g of x. Find f of g. So recall that this open circle, that's going to mean of. So what I do is I always just rewrite it because I like this notation better. It's more comfortable. We're going to replace g with 2x plus 3. And now what we're going to do is plug this thing in for every x in f. So it's going to be 2x plus 3 squared plus 3 times 2x plus 3 minus 1. So notice how everywhere where there was an x, there is now a 2x plus 3. That's what this would mean. So now we multiply it out. That is 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 plus 6x plus 9 minus 1. We're going to combine everything. 4x squared plus 18x plus 17. And right there is our final answer. Let's do part B. G of f. So now we're going to flip it around. So g of, plug in x squared plus 3x minus 1. So we're going to write 2 multiplied by x squared plus 3x minus 1. Again, notice how this used to be an x, but now it's going to be your f function. And then don't forget your plus 3 here. Now we multiply it out. That'd be 2x squared plus 6x minus 2 plus 3. And finally our answer here. Let's put a box. And we're done. Next question. So now it says, here's f, here's g. Find f of g. Also find the domain. So last class we talked about how to find the domain of a composite function. And I'm going to show you a different technique. So this is a second method. So I think that's method 2. And method 2 is going to be useful if you actually have to find f of g. Right? Because the question actually is 2 parts. It says find f of g, also find the domain. So I'm going to show you how to do this in one step to save yourself some time. So we're going to write f, and I'm going to write g is 4 over x minus 1. At this point, you pause, you look at this thing, and you notice that x can't be 1. Okay, so we'll make a note of that. Can't be 1. Now I proceed, and we're going to plug this in to your f function. So 1 over 4 over x minus 1 plus 2. We have a complex fraction, so we got to get rid of that. Multiply top and bottom by x minus 1. And we're going to get x minus 1 over 4 plus 2 times x minus 1. And now we can see it, right? X minus 1 over 2x plus 2. So there is our f of g. So make sure you know what you're finding, right? That's f of g. And once you're here, you're also going to note, I can see x can't be negative 1 just by looking at it. So last class we talked about how to figure out this part without finding f of g. But now that it says to find f of g, it's actually easier just to calculate it and then find the domain from there. So now we're going to put these two things together. And the domain, complete domain, is going to be x such that x cannot be plus or minus 1. So now I'll try the same thing on part B. There's letter A. Part B is f of f. So you're going to write f of x. I can see f is 1 over x plus 2. I'm going to note x can't be negative 2. and proceed like we did the last problem. 1 over x plus 2 plus 2. Get rid of your complex fraction. That's x plus 2 over 1 plus 2 times x plus 2. And that would be x plus 2 over 2x plus 5. And again, this thing we just found, that is your f of x. And I can see that x can't be negative 5 over 2. So our domain is to put those two pieces together. So it cannot be negative 2 and negative 5 over 2. Now for our final part, it says find the components of a composite function. So notice how it says f of g is h. So I'm going to write that. F of g is h of x. And it's telling us h of x is this thing right here. So f of g of x is x squared plus 1 plus 50. Or sorry, x squared plus 1 quantity to the 50th power. What we're trying to figure out is what is f of x and what is g of x. Now there are many ways of doing this, and some people just think about it. I'm going to show you the best way I understand it. You want to understand that this part right here, this is your inside function. And then this right here, your f, is your outside function. So again, we're thinking inside versus outside. We're going to start with the inside function. So start here. Look at this thing and notice what's on the inside. Meaning like what's really like on the inside of this expression, which would be this. So I'm going to write my inside function is x squared plus 1. And now you go to the outside function, and what you do is you replace this g of x with x. So that would be x to the 50th. And now I can see if I grab this and I plug it in here, I do in fact get this. So it works out. It's a pretty cool way to do these problems. Let's try another one. So again, we're going to break it up into f of g of x is this. Start here, your inside function. So look at that. There's your inside, 1 plus x squared. Replace that with x, x to the third. And that's it.